Morning. I can see everything is working perfectly. Hello, Watson. Just give me 1 second. Hi, everyone. So, we had CPI 0.1% year over year, which is nothing. Yesterday, I traded the afternoon session and I lost in total $260 after commissions. To be honest, I had $60 from the morning session, which one I streamed, and then I had another 120 loss. It was just one trade. Yesterday we had very big movements, as you can see right here, like big swings. I was trying to find my words, and I just got a lot of, like, it's the first time that I'm handling small accounts like this, and commissions are huge on this broker. So I got charged like $60 in commissions yesterday for some reason. $40 I got for exchanging from euros to US dollars, which is a lot. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do about it. Right now, I believe everything is converted into dollars. Therefore, I'm not gonna be charged from now on for exchange. However, I'm gonna have a chat today after the session. No, tomorrow after I receive my daily statement, I'm gonna have a chat with the brokers to see if I'm gonna be charged again and what we can do about it. Ultimate thing we can do, most probably I'm gonna change brokers if it continues like this, because to be honest, $60 is a lot. Anyway, sorry, that was my girlfriend. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're still positive about it. We're gonna make it all back and then some. It's a difficult week with CPI. At the end of the day, I would have been down only like $60 after my deposit. However, now we're down to 420. That's okay. That's just one good trade. One good trade and we're back to break even. That's all we need. Our intention is to be profitable every week and every month and to just grow this account. So let's take it from there. There's no reason to get discouraged, because CPI is always the most difficult in my opinion. Therefore, we're going to have to be patient, and we're going to have, along this journey, we're going to have a lot of moments where we're going to struggle, and we're going to have downswings, which is normally trading. At the end of the day, you can have a 50% win rate as long as you have a sound risk management strategy. You're still going to be profitable. Let me pull up the chart. This is something I wanted to show you as well. But hopefully we're going to have some volatility. Hopefully we can... Yeah, just 1 second. I'll reply to a question, Ivan. But yeah, let's just hope volatility is going to be back so we can get more comfortable. Sorry, I'm just trying to open the chat so I can read your questions as they come. Amazing. So yeah, when it comes to the bullishness, I'm 50-50 on the bullishness. However, we're gonna have to place our emphasis on trend, which is bullish. And what I mean by that is, I'm very skeptical about all this liquidity that we left here. However, we're close to all-time highs. We're trading inside this gap. Therefore, if their intention for all this choppiness and basically manipulation into reaching this gap has been achieved, I highly doubt they prepared all this manipulation in order to not take all this liquidity that is above the all-time highs. I know that in the near future we're gonna switch and we're gonna have a period of consolidation where we're gonna prepare us for something more serious to the downside. Now we're bullish, we're having on a daily a bullish candle. I'm not gonna assume we're gonna flip today. I think that's highly optimistic on the bearish side. Therefore, I said let's stick with the bullishness. Meanwhile, we're gonna be very cautious on the size of the trades that we're gonna place due to the fact that we have all these relative equal lows over here. Right now, for you to assume that we're just gonna switch, you have all these order blocks here that are gonna hold the price. Therefore, it's gonna be a highly resistant run, which means it's not gonna be as fast and it's gonna continue on this manner that it has been going for the past, weeks? Since 14th of May, we did not have any volatility, or at least with the one that we got used to at the beginning of the year. But yeah, let's stay bullish. If I see any bearish scenarios and PDRAs, I'm gonna let you know. But so far, let's think of this. On a daily and weekly, we're bullish. On a monthly, which is gonna end up in 19 days, we're extremely bullish. For us to assume that we're just gonna switch right now, I think it's a bit too optimistic. Let's wait. At the same time, I admit we are in a premium, which is a good place for shorts, but we cannot pick tops. Let's trade the trend. It's easier this way. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now let me go on the hour and present you the daily scenario. Asian range, very trendy. We took the low of the Asian range, which means the job here is done. Most of the time, if they take the bottom of the Asian range, they move to the top. They took the top as well. Now, I believe we're gonna have a run this morning. We just don't know precisely if we're gonna continue to the upside or that was all the volatility necessary and we're gonna flip. So yeah, I'm gonna stay neutral. Meanwhile, I'm not gonna encourage shorts. I'm not gonna push towards shorts more than I push towards the longs. On a 15-minute, we dipped inside this gap. This is bullish. Let's move higher. This is what I read into the price right now. When are we going to? We're gonna open in 6 minutes. So yeah, I'm not very decisive on the daily bias just due to all this liquidity over here. But that's just a speculation. Right now, we're having only bullish PDRAs. You're having you're having a mitigation block. You're having mid of the Asian range being respected. You have a bullish fair value gap. Yeah. Let's look on the ES. Yeah, see, this is what I'm thinking about. A lot of liquidity. down here and down here. Now on the daily, see, on the daily we have not reached into this daily gap, fair value gap. Meanwhile, you have relative equal high, so as much as I want to be bearish, I don't believe that's the case right now. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Just give me 1 second. Bam, bam, bam. Hmm. And it's not that far away for a ES to reach into this. CPI is not that bad. Therefore, you have news that can provide the volatility for us to reach higher and ultimately attack these all-time highs. We have PPI tomorrow as well, which is going to push the price. And on Friday, we're going to have consumer sentiment as well. If I'll throw my 2 cents out there, and also let's look on the daily on ES. You cannot switch to bearish. Meanwhile, you have this order block over here that is meant to hold the price higher. This is a bullish order block. So I believe all-time high is the next target for now. Yep. What's next? We have the lows over here, relative equal lows. Let's put some more targets over here in case we confirm our bullishness so we can have some profit targets. VI stands for volume imbalance. And basically, ultimately, we have 87. Yeah, we have this fair value gap on the 1 hour. I see that we touched this one, so there's no need. And the next one is very high. We opened. Not so aggressively, to be honest. We don't have any more news today. We just have the federal budget balance at 2 p.m. and it's a light news. So nothing that is going to affect our trading. We're going to stay on E-mini until we find a setup, then we switch to micros. Let's ignore this one. Let's focus on the first presentation. Okay. A return back to this first presentation would be nice. We left the volume and balance here. Be mindful we just opened, so we cannot. Yeah, basically now we're filling and we're touching this order block. SMT. We have SMT even between micros and minis. Interesting. Let's annotate this one as well. So far no setup, we need to understand what they want to do with the price here. If it's gonna touch again, or they just want to drop it to 882. So far we just opened, then we took a lot of sell side, but nothing much. We touched the first presentation fair value gap very shallow. Very important the next 2 minutes, because if we're gonna have an immediate rebalance, which means this 5 minute candle is gonna close around 0.14, 0.16, it means that we're gonna move higher. Right now we're bearish. Let's see if this first presentation is gonna be resistance. We're not gonna trade off of it though. It's too soon. So the first presentation is holding the price down. But on the 5 minute, we have power of 3. Let's see if we can get below 960. No setup yet. Yep. Same consolidation as yesterday. There's no point for us to enter a trade and get chopped out. Let's wait. Maybe 10 o'clock, or let's start with 9:45, the first macro. Let's see if that's gonna do anything. We are above 8:30 and midnight open. We are in a premium. Therefore, we're thinking of shorts. Because we just opened, obviously there is a high probability that this can be a good short. It's just not a high probability setup. We've been consolidating yesterday, so I'm being very cautious. I don't want to try a short right now. Maybe we are going to get another fair value gap. If it gaps lower, maybe we're going to get another entry. And at the same time, it would be too big of a risk reward, in my opinion. We just opened. We're not even 9:45. I don't want to short right now. But it is a valid question. You can try it. It's very probable we're going to reach into this relatively cool lows. We've done all the damage to the downside. But the daily trend is bullish, so I'm trying to be more careful. That's why. Very slow the price has been moving this past few days. We touched the 830 open. We're heading towards 882. Let's see what's gonna happen inside this gap. We took all this liquidity now. The next target would be 882. So my idea would be short here. This is a stop loss if it's gonna work. If not, we're gonna be taken out very shortly. But yeah, this is very bullishness. So That's why I'm entering only one contract. Minimum risk. I find it too bullish, and we have a lot of relative equal highs over here. We're trading now inside this order block, but we left relative equal highs here. So yeah, not a friendly price action. That's why I didn't want to short that one until I have a confirmation. Even with confirmation, you still got stopped out. So that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, price is too choppy. It's too choppy. On mini, these are still relative equal highs and this, so they are setting up for something bigger. Right now, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy because this is not a clean run. This is a run for liquidity. They are manipulating the price. We want to see a trade or an idea that is going to lead us to the downside. We want to enter shorts. But this is not the time right now. Let them manipulate the price. Maybe they want to take it a bit higher here. Let's just wait. This is too much. And for the past few days, this is what they've been trying to do. Take the price higher, take the price lower, run it. Lower, run it. Lower, run it. So you need to be patient. We tried this inversion fair value gap. This fair value gap didn't work. You also had this order block here, so it was a solid idea. I don't regret trying it. But yeah, I'm not going long right now for nothing. I want some more. Maybe we can take this high bid here. Yeah, and then move lower. Let's wait a bit more. Let's wait for the 10 o'clock. I'm not buying this, so equal lows here. In the 15 minutes, we have a fair value gap, so we can use that as a short, but it shouldn't go above here, right? So any short that we try inside this gap, our stop loss is going to be 25. Let's wait a bit to see how the price is going to react. We want a short. Okay, let's try one contract above this high. If the trade confirms, we're gonna add one more. We just need to be a bit patient. Mhm. This is taking so long. I don't like the setup. I might close. I'm out. It's a very ugly price action. Okay, just give up on my emotions. Mm. Mm. This type of manipulation we've been having on CPIs is incredible. Mhm. Let's sit on the sidelines for this one. On ES, we have relative equal highs over here at 6,061 and 50. And Nasdaq is gonna just follow suit. This was buy for this liquidity. We have all these relative equal lows here. Very shallow, very an artificial run. Basically, they're manipulating the market now in order to hide all this liquidity. Now let's see if we take these highs, maybe we can find a move lower. We still have 40 minutes left of this hour. This is a bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. So this is gonna hold the price. Mm. Yes, it's heading towards those equal highs that I was mentioning. So until ES is gonna clear these highs, we cannot even consider a short. Now, as you can see, this is acting as support, this 5 minute gap. We're gonna have a big run right now after all this consolidation. We also have these ones over here. 41. Price is moving too slow. There's not enough speed. Easily tricked in here by these relative equal lows. You had a breaker, you had a fair value gap. The only reason why I didn't consider buy was because we had all these volume imbalances plus relative equal lows. But this was a good buying opportunity in hindsight only. Thinking about these two relative equal highs here in comparison to all this liquidity, yeah. All-time highs are closed, so we're gonna have shady behavior. Now we took those highs. This is liquidity. We're either gonna see speed on towards the highs or just a gap lower. Because now the price reached here, it took all this liquidity and it's gonna show us. It's gonna tip its hand, so to speak. That's we cannot short. This is the power of 3 on the 5 minute. So we don't have any PDRA besides this 5 minute fair value gap, which means I'm gonna have to place my stop loss at 59.75. So I rather wait a bit more. We don't have a confirmation we're right about today and about us reaching into this relative equal lows at 915. We need to be patient. I'm gonna stay for another 25 minutes. If anything, we're gonna see a setup to the downside. If not, there is a high probability we're just gonna be very bullish for the rest of the day and continue with the trend, as I said this morning. It's very unfortunate they left these equal lows over here. So I would not be encouraged to buy here. This is a model that I'm using. This is a strategy that I'm using a lot of times. But now, with all this liquidity over here, I did not feel comfortable to use it. And for us right now to short, it means that we want to short this candle, this 1 hour candle, which is very bullish. I have this small gap here. First, we need to see the price below here. 22 and 23,000. Then maybe can find a short. Right now we're seeing on a 5-minute a series of bullish candles, so we cannot find the trend and just look for shorts. I think it's a bit far away for me to think of extra income. I'm not promoting any prop firms. I'm trying to build a real brokerage account. To be honest, just, keep it as a hobby, something to keep my mind busy and document the journey. I don't know if it's ever going to become something extremely serious and get some additional income out of it. I think we're too soon to talk about it, because first I'm trying to see if my content is going to relate to people, if I am a good entertainer myself, or at least if I provide any value to the people that are listening. I think that's a bit too early, and yeah, we're just gonna have to be patient. At this very moment, just existential side. I think that would be the right answer. Thank you for the question, though. Okay, so this is the first bearish 5-minute candle since 10 o'clock. It can become one thing. It can become two things. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. A bullish order block for future upswings, or just the start of a reversal. Right now we're inside this 5-minute gap. If you feel brave enough, you want to try a short, you can short right now 41, and your stop loss is going to be at 60. This is not an advice, this is just a trade idea. But yeah, I'm not willing to do that because I already have a very small purchasing power. So I want to pick a very good trade right now. Otherwise, I'm done for the day. There's no need for me to trade unless we go lower. To be honest, at this very moment, I don't really believe we can go lower at this point. There is a good probability we're gonna take these highs if we don't flip right now, and I mean right now in the next 5 minutes. There's a probability they want to take these highs and continue with them, or take the highs and for the PM session to attack 21,915. But yeah, in regards to the channel, I'm gonna post videos about my trading days. Once in a while, I'm gonna post a strategy, but everything you're gonna see on those videos, they're gonna be on the live stream anyway. They're gonna be part of the live stream with me having a voiceover on top of the trades that I took here, which you saw. The most you can get out of my content is here, to be honest. Because you can ask me questions on why I took this trade and I can explain to you and so forth. Now, let's see if they want to continue with this or it's just a ruse. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll try my best possible also to improve my oratory skills and content in itself. It's just gonna take a while. It's trial and error. And I'm a perfectionist myself, so I think that's one of the reasons that I'm not posting a lot of content as I should. I have moments when I have some downswings and I don't feel enough motivated to show you some strategies that I don't truly believe in a lot. So yeah. I'm trying to post something that is quality over quantity, which I know is not favorable for the YouTube algorithm, but hey. Quantity, I consider them to be the live streams. I'll do them every day, almost every day, so. Now, in terms of price, nothing is happening. As you can see, this 5-minute candle is gonna turn bullish. I'm not buying right now, and I cannot short. Why I cannot short? Because I don't have any indication of the price going lower. It's just a speculation at this point that these relative equal lows are going to be attacked today. Yeah, I fully agree. Two different animals. For YouTube, it takes a while for me to edit the videos the way I want, for them to be engaging and to add all those animations and everything. So that takes a lot of time. Being a streamer, it's more about quantity and picking the best content or topic to talk about. In this case, I'm trading, so I think it's easier for me. We have SMT with ES. I don't want to buy, but I believe this is where we're heading. We're going to the upside. Now in hindsight, I'm looking at the 30-second chart, and over here we had a fair value gap. Meanwhile, we were touching this first presentation fair value gap, so that was a good entry with a lower risk. I need to study this more. I've been trading Nasdaq for the past 3 years. I'm more comfortable. There are environments right now, it's not favorable, but there are environments where for me Nasdaq is extremely simple, and I find a lot of signatures that I know how to trade, and I'm gonna size a lot. Right now we're chopping, like it's difficult for anyone to trade. Let's look again at the range for the past. Like we've been stuck inside this range. You have a lot of consolidation. We're moving higher, but you don't see any speed, right? So I don't know. Honestly, I on an intraday level, I don't know how gold is trading. And Forex, I've tried euro dollar. I just don't like the swings for Forex. I think Forex is good to swing when you have a trend, and that's about it. Nasdaq is good for intraday trading, like day trading every day in and out. And yeah, that was it. I'm gonna finish the stream. I'm not gonna place any more trades today. Gold is it has a lot of political influences for sure, but also futures markets. Like whoever is telling you technical analysis is enough for you to trade, I'm not gonna disregard that opinion, because look at what happened. Wait, let me show you the 4-hour chart. Look at what happened over here when we had all these discussions about tariffs in place and the swings. This is all political as well, like gold, right? So any market is going to be affected by macroeconomics and political events, geopolitical events. So you need to understand that a bit as well. And right now, the reason why the price is moving higher is because tariffs are on hold, and yeah, there is optimism in the market. Thank you as well for being here. Tomorrow we're gonna try again. I'm gonna try my best not to lose my optimism, because it's honestly mentally is draining when you are in a consolidating market. But it's gonna open up after June, so we need to get ready. Let's wait for this move to see. And to be honest, I don't want to blow this account. So I would like for this challenge to really stick. I've been used with a lot of prop firms where blowing an account, it would cost you only $50 right now. I don't wanna do the same mistakes. Prop firms are very easy to trade because you're not risking your own capital. Therefore, psychologically, you're gonna be less inclined to be stressed. It's easy to push buttons. I would be having swings where I would be losing 2K in a day, and the next K I'll be making 3,000 just because I was putting a lot more size. I didn't care if I would be blowing the account. Right now, I can just put in 3 micro contracts and take a profit at any swing and just make 300. But this is not a solid risk management strategy. Yes, exactly. Plus, I'm trying to promote discipline, not gambling. I don't consider trading to be gambling to begin with. See, we're consolidating here at the highs. True, true. But like I made 2 mistakes today. First of all, I did not trust it my daily bias, which was bullish to begin with. And second, I did not execute it on my strategy. There is a reason why I annotated this fair value gap over here. I considered it to be bullish. I knew this was a breaker, and I saw that the first presentation fair value gap was holding the price. So now, what, should I be inclined to buy this fair value gap thinking we're gonna go higher? This is not normal. Like right now, this one should become an inversion fair value gap. But this should hold the price. So this inversion fair value gap should hold the price, and this bullish fair value gap should hold the price as well. So in reality, I should buy this one, right? But I don't trust it. I don't trust it. And say, okay, I'm buying this in order to attack the highs, 50 points. Just so for 50 points, that's going to be 200. It's not enough. I'm just covering the losses from today. So, see. This is an SMT with ES. ES did not took this high. Let's wait. Here, as you can see, this is an inversion fair value gap on a 5-minute as well. Yes, 100%. CPI is the only reason why we're in this mess to begin with. Consolidation and everything. Price is gonna open up next week, for sure. I just want to survive on this account this week. So far it looks like it's gonna hold. And you have also equal highs here. Live, 100% I would choose live over funded. So you see, as I said, this was a buy and it would have worked. But my experience and discipline says that I should not trust fair value gaps after you took liquidity of any kind. And what I mean by that is, you see, we dropped in here. We should not trust these fair value gaps for short because we took all this liquidity down here. Now it's the same. We took all this buy side, all this liquidity around this gap. Me buying this, it's not a sound strategy because it can become very easily an inversion fair value gap. And this is one strategy that I used on stream and I profited a lot. I shorted inverted fair value gaps after the highs. Now it's CPI, it's a weird day to trade, might work. You have more emotions most probably when you trade live accounts, but when you profit, it's your money. Tomorrow, if I make 500 bucks, I can take it out instantly. It's mine. That's why I like live accounts. I took along with my funded account here. Just so you know. Yeah. We don't know if that's gonna happen. There is a high probability they're gonna leave it for another time. Okay. Prop firms allow you to trade with much bigger capital, but let's make some calculations. With some firms, I don't know name, but I've used on this stream, people know. You pay around $50 in order to try evaluation. That evaluation, you need to profit $3,000 to $5,000 to $9,000 in order to get it, right? Which is a lot of mental capital, and there are gains because you're not gonna be consistent every day, every week. You're gonna have ups and downs, you're gonna have swings, and at the end of the month, you run down the numbers and you're gonna see if you're profitable or not at the end of the month, right? With prop firms, you make 3,000, you get past, let's say that happens, you bought a 50,000 account, you're gonna have to pay another $150 in order to activate it, which takes you to $200 pricing. in order to be funded. So far you have invested 200 in order to be funded, and you had to make 3,000. Now in order for you to get paid out, you need to make another 3,000, because they're going to tell you you need a buffer. So on a 50,000 account, you need to make at least 2,000 to be above the buffer. And then anything you make above that 2,000 is going to be yours. So you're going to spend a lot of mental capital and your money in the hopes you're going to make 6,000 and get 900. Well, just put 500 as I'm doing right now. You're not going to make 6,000 because you're going to take smaller size. Let's say you're going to run with 2 micro contracts on a live account instead of running on one e-mini, which means 6,000 divided by 5 is going to make you $1,200. So it's the same math, right? You have taken the same trades, just different size. Right now, you're going to have in your live account at least $1,200, which you can withdraw at any time, or you can continue with it. On the prop firms, you might not get paid out. They're going to say they don't like your strategy. And if you get paid out, you're going to blow it again. So why just not try to build a small account? Like, this is what frustrates me, and this is why I decided to. It's good for you to have prop firms if you want to run some bigger scheme. Let's say you want to buy 10 eval accounts, you're going to copy trade them, and then you have all the patience and all the mental toughness in order to run that account for 6 months. And to be honest, let's be honest, there are not a lot of people that have done that. I know Jade Cap has done it. Exactly. Prop firms, they don't lose money. They make money out of memberships. Let's be honest, guys. So there are some traders that have done this very great, but Jade Cap, he's been trading for 15 years and he made 2 million, but he had 15 accounts running at the same time. It took him 6 months. Like, that takes a lot. And right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not in that point in my career. I just want to create nice content and just build capital with a live account. Slow and steady. It takes a lot of mental toughness for you to run 15 accounts at the same time. It takes a lot. It takes a toll on you. So props to him. And yeah, like, you need to wait 4 months in order to make a payout. I'm sorry, in those 4 months you don't need to eat, you don't need to feed your family, you don't need to pay your rent. If I make 1,000 tomorrow, I'm just gonna take it out and I'm gonna pay my rent and I'm gonna do some grocery. Like, it depends on, yeah, it depends on in which part of your journey you are. Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is. So for me to make 3,000 a month, 4,000 a month is more than enough in order to keep my hobby that pays me and run the bills. So I tried at the beginning to create content and I had like 3,000 win, 4,000 win, and everything was on stream, but I was running eval accounts. I didn't care. And then I got frustrated because of the whole payout process. So I started trading penny stocks. I had my own personal account. Every time I was making money, I was taking some money out in order to pay myself and basically feel my profit, understand that what I'm doing here, it's worth it. And then I moved to the prop firms because I never had the capital to put $20,000 in order to cover one mini contract. But as of lately, there are a lot of brokerage accounts that allow you with a small margin to trade futures as well. So that's why I switched. But yeah, it's just, for me at this point, no, I have hot runs when I'm making 5,000 to 9,000 a month. I wanna be ready when that time comes and have that type of money in a brokerage account. Profit, actual money, not just prop money. Right now, we're consolidating for the past 2 weeks. I know it's frustrating even for me. I'm trying to have this challenge. I'm trying to build an account and it's not working because this is the trading environment you're gonna have like this. Look, I have entered, when I told you, inside this fair value gap with my funded account. I entered 10 micros, one E-mini contract. I'm at $60 profit right now. Is this worth it to trade? I think it's not, if you're asking me honestly. It's not worth it to be trading today in this. Like, let's have one more look. Every day, up and down, up and down, up and down, steady moving higher. But during the trading hours, you either had a bearish day or a bullish day. You didn't know. And I'm trading only from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So it just wasn't easy. And I have blown only one funded account. I still have another one. So that's a performance in itself. Now, I'm sorry. Even if I want for the price to go lower, it has to go through this 1 hour bullish order block. It's a lot to ask. We came back into this gap. We touched this order block. We're going to move higher. I got paid out last month $3,000. And I got frustrated because they stopped me from buying eval accounts. So yeah, I got paid out 2 times last month, and I had one $150,000 account and two 50s. I was running all of them at the same time. I got paid out on both of them, and then I had one bad day and I've blown one of the accounts. Meanwhile, I had $2,000 on it, so I got frustrated because of it. And now I got stopped out. I funded account because of this move. And yeah, I couldn't, like, I have worked on those accounts for a month, and I had in total $7,000, and I couldn't be paid out, and that led to this decision for me to do what I did. Okay, guys. So yeah, I was telling my girlfriend, she was like, so how is trading? And I was like, this month I made $7,000. She was like, okay, where is it? And then I realized she was like, I was trying to explain to her why I don't have the money in my hand. And she was like, this sounds so complicated. And I was like, yeah, it's meant to be complicated in order for you not to get that money. So now let's think, can we short this? Obviously, it's not going to be 7K, but it's going to be 2 to 3K at least. And with that amount of money, I can build my own capital instead of begging for prop firms to pay me. I could still be paid out any type of money. Yeah, we had no entry here, guys. The market is moving too fast for us, so I don't believe we can enter a trade. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's try it. Yes, exactly. If the trend confirms, I'm gonna add more. Let's get filled first. And yeah, it can just be around for liquidity, this one, and they're still gonna move higher. So it's best to be patient. On the 2 minute, we already have a chart. Yeah, at least for sure. I just didn't. I was happy trading prop firms because I was successful at it, and until I was hitting those withdrawal blockages, like you cannot take your money out, and that got me frustrated. It's fine. Yeah, we were printing money last month, and yeah, 2 months ago I had a good month as well. We'll come back. Yeah, we were getting funded every 2 or 3 streams. Uh, Now let's see what's gonna happen on this trade. We're inside that 5 minute fair value gap as well. Doesn't matter. This does. This is the last trade for the day, so if it doesn't pan out, we're gonna finish the stream. They touched this inversion fair value gap. Now we want to see it go lower. The most sound strategy would be to move the stop loss above the high, but it's just gonna double our risk. Just curious on the, okay, 240. I don't like how we close that 5-minute candle. Now we're dipping, which means this candle can turn green, and this is not what we want to see. We want to see the price moving to 20,000, 22.17. This is a gap in itself. We don't want this to be acting as support. So we want to see bearishness. See, this is not what we want to see. This is acting as support right now. Yeah. This is an order block, so yeah, this is not favorable right now. They run it up, took the liquidity, going back up. We're touching this inversion fair value gap. On the 5 minute, we stayed in the lower portion of the 5 minute fair value gap. That's good. Okay, we see some movement. The faster, the better. We don't want to see 12 o'clock. We left liquidity over here, which is something I don't like. Some speed would be nice. Besides these equal highs, we did not leave any type of liquidity behind. No volume imbalances, nothing. Happens usually when a big move is about to unfold, or they're consolidating because they're preparing a reversal. So one is favorable to us, the other one is not. Minimizing my risk. We don't want to trade above here again. Okay, my stop loss is above this 5-minute candle, 42.75. Wow, wow, wow. No, it's not my type of bread. The most volatility you're gonna get is 10 o'clock. Right now, we're just consolidating. I'm not gonna change my strategy or my trading hours just because the environment, the market environment, is not favorable for what am I usually doing. So yeah, no, I don't like trading London at all. I've tried it. It's just not worth it to me. Not enough squeeze. Sometimes I might be trying to catch the bottom of the daily range, and that can happen during the London session. But my main idea is to hold it for a few hours until the end of the day. I've done it once or twice on stream where I would be streaming and I would be already in profit because I placed the trade 3 hours before. But yeah, now it's not the market for that. Okay, we like what we're seeing. And PM session usually it's not worth it unless you had a morning that consolidated a lot. The last trading hour is sometimes interesting to do to trade. You can have a lot of volatility, but you need to have a good reason, and those reasons would be equal highs or equal lows that got left during the morning session. That's a good strategy. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's very accurate. And that can be happening now, let's say. We've been consolidating during the morning session, nothing happened. If they leave these relative equal lows for the PM session, most probably they can be attacked. Yep. Okay, so the dollar is crashing, which is most probably the reason why this one is the futures are crashing as well. Closing order, which one is that? I don't think I understand what you mean. Can we please have some speed to the downside? Ah, yeah, yeah, the closing hour at 3:50. Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, agree. Once we take this swing low, I'm gonna move to break even. It's just we left again. Equal highs here, equal highs here. I don't like that. And this is a volume imbalance on the E-mini. That's why I want speed. It brings certainty. So far, first presentation is offering support. See the bodies, they're above it. Here, barely touched it. Man, what a day. We will be breaking even if I'll be closing the trade now. We want to close a candle below that first presentation fair value gap. And I mean by this one. After all they've done, we just want to see speed to the downside now. Boom, 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 boom. Hmm. So we closed again above this, which is not good. Yeah, there are fake gurus everywhere. It doesn't matter of the country, I'll be honest. Don't you see how difficult it is to trade every day? That's why I'm transparent about it. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna blow an account, I'm gonna tell you. It's not worth it. Because you have to always lie and build that persona. Trading is difficult. And it takes a lot of patience and practice. Hmm. Since the dawn of time, you're gonna have con men trying to take money from the ordinary man, the hard working honest man. It's been like this since Rome. So yeah, we don't like this type of movement. As I said, first presentation is offering support. Not good. This on the 30-second right now is a breaker. I don't like this. And we have a reason to go to the upside, right? We took liquidity, we traded inside the first presentation fair value gap again and again. And now we have relative equal highs here. And relative equal highs here. So that's not good. %1 club. Interesting. What I can advise anyone to do is watch people who trade live, as I do. There are a lot of people, I'm not the only one doing it. And there are more successful people as well that trade live. Obviously, they're competition on the YouTube channel, so I'm not gonna name them. But you can figure yourself which ones are. And yeah, be patient. Try to find a strategy that works. Try ICT as I did. You can see it on the title of my stream, and you can find his channel. Everything is free. Try to do it yourself. And yeah, come to people like me and ask me questions in the stream when you want to understand more of it. And that's it, man. So now we want to see this liquidity bead second, 668. Yeah, I just moved the stop loss. I don't want to be too tight about it. We want for this to hold. Low, high, low, low. This can become a breaker. Let's give us some profits, if anything. Have this fair value gap here. That's why I place the stop loss here. We have relative equal high, so yeah. We're still left with all this liquidity here. But 968, even though, let's say it's too optimistic for me to reach to 915, I believe 968 is still plausible. I just still believe they want to reach into these equal highs for some reason. And that I don't like. T22 like this. Yeah, I just don't like because this can become a breaker. It's just yeah. Hmm. So they're gonna tag this for sure. It's still gonna be a short. Now I wanna take 30 home or I wanna. That's the question. I still believe it's gonna go lower. I just don't like the fact that I moved the stop loss. Yeah, that was so bad for me. Okay, I'm messing about. Mm. Basically. Shorting right now, it feels that I'm gonna try to short the bottom. So I should have been in that trade and just hold. I got frustrated. I switched the stop loss. I made another mistake. I guess it's taken a toll on me. Yeah. Basically, first presentation fair value gap, 15-second fair value gap. Uh, yeah. You see my risk. Yeah, but there's no guarantee we're gonna reach down here. We just touched the 8:30 open. Yeah. I've been managing this trade so badly. Incredibly bad. Trying to be as honest as possible. I did some terrible mistakes today while trading. Now it's just lucky for we end up profitable. Just move to break even. $882 sounds more plausible. I just don't want to play with chances. And more. Like even 865, but I don't want to play like that. Well, that was my initial entry. I looked in the chat. Ivan suggested I should move my stop loss. So I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to act on it. And then I did, and all of this unfolded. Now you're thinking it's all the bottom. Like right now, I would be out. I would not wait for 915. Yeah, I wouldn't. Incredibly how bad I traded today. I'm not talking because I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm very disappointed in myself for how I handled this trade. I allowed the emotions to get the best out of me. I broke my rules. I moved the stop loss when I shouldn't. And even if this trade is successful, I lost $100. I never allow usually. Uh, but yeah, that's water under the bridge. Let's see this trade pan out and we'll see. If you're in this trade, Watson, get out. It's close to the profit target. You don't want all this choppiness for 5% of your profit, ultimate profit. I would be out on my initial trade. The mental stress is not worth for that. Those $5 when you're trying to profit 50. And that was it. Disappointing. I lost $60 on my calculation, on my last calculation. I would have ended up with my balance at 570, which was the initial balance. That didn't happen. I have to learn a lot from today. I'm tired. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm trying to show you guys discipline. Meanwhile, I'm walking that thin line, and I don't like. I don't like when it's like this. We recover them more. Let's see the profit for today. $92. The starting balance was 568, so for the week we are down $60, which is more than, it's okay after the days we've been having. I'll have some time to reflect on everything. I'm not gonna be trading for the rest of the day because I don't like the price action. But I have two things in mind. If they wanna continue bullish, I think for the rest of the day, we're just gonna continue higher. We have 22,027 and 22,047 as targets, but that's only if we switch to bullishness right now. Because why am I saying this? On a daily, just now we're red, but we're close to all-time highs. So maybe that was just another way for them to get some more buying orders and basically move higher for the rest of the day. I'm a bit tired, so I would like to trade this idea because it sounds like a good idea. I just don't have the capacity, to be honest. I don't have it in me. I'll take a break. I'll see how I'm gonna feel in 45 minutes. I'm gonna watch the charts still today. But yeah, anything can happen right now, I'll be honest. They can send it higher. Let me just delete this. Or we're gonna have a switch on the daily. But this is what I'm saying. We're close to all-time highs. We have this bullish intent constantly. If they want to continue attacking the lower side, it means that it's done. We're gonna have to attack 725 today. So I don't know. Sounds too optimistic in a very bullish environment. Yeah. Plus, it seems like that was the ultimate intent, right? For them to take these lows, but now move higher. Looks too fishy to me. If anything, I'll try trade on my funded account later on to see just if I'm right. Anyway, thank you for being here today. It's been an interesting day, a lot of lessons to learn. And also for me, especially for me. I was disciplined in the morning. I wanted shorts. It didn't happen. We waited. We placed the trade at the right time. And we didn't respect our rules. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope you didn't listen to my advice. You didn't move the stop loss. You took the trade. You waited for it. It was a solid trade. I just executed it poorly. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Feel free to like the other videos as well. It helps the channel. And see ya tomorrow. See ya tomorrow. Tomorrow we have PPI. It's gonna be another interesting day. Peace.